Today we're tasting the 10 best bites of food in the world. In this trip across the globe, I've tracked down the most sought-after Michelin-starred delicacies. It's the best bite of food in the world. And iconic single-bite creations that have taken over the world. To answer one final question, what is the best bite ever created by mankind? For our first bite, we're heading all the way down to Texas. It's time for the one and only brisket. Brisket is the king of barbecue, but there's one bite within each brisket that rules them all. The one and only brisket burnt end. Burnt ends are sweet, sticky, and succulent morsels of the most flavorful section of the brisket and are only very rarely seen on barbecue restaurant menus. And we'll get it on the grill. Okay, it's been about 10 hours and this is what it looks like. Now, instead of wrapping at this stage, we're actually gonna try something I've never done before. We'll find that seam of fat that separates the flat section and the point. And what I'm gonna attempt to do is actually peel away that point. The point section I'm removing here is the most juicy and flavorful portion of the brisket. I mean, just check out all that moisture, which is gonna help us achieve the best burnt ends possible. And what we're left with is that leaner flat that I'll now wrap and let it finish cooking separately, along with that fatty point. Incredible bark on this side. Flipping it over, whole bunch of fat that I'm gonna just kind of trim away to try and expose the actual meat. Now, this bottom side that hasn't been exposed to any smoke or seasoning, we're now gonna hit with a rub that has a bit of sugar in it as we start to build the flavor of our sweet burnt ends. And we'll get this back on the smoker to get tender. We're probe tender and our brisket point is ready. By separating from the flat, notice that amazing color we've achieved on the bottom section as well. All that color equals flavor. From here, I'll slice up the brisket point into our perfect little burnt ends, hitting it with some barbecue sauce as well as some honey and just a bit more rub. Tossing to coat all sides of these juicy morsels of smoked beef. We'll let them tack up in the smoker for about 15 more minutes, and we've arrived in brisket burnt end heaven. Sweet, smoky, with a crunchy exterior, but still melt in your mouth tender. Taking it over the top with some candied bacon for a pop. Even though this is number 10 on our list, I have a very hard time believing any other bite of food today will end up looking better than this. I hope you're hungry. Today we are going to be trying literally the best bites of food in the entire world, starting off with one of my favorites. Just falls apart in your mouth, so tender but still so juicy. And I honestly love the addition of the bacon. It's like little pops of texture.
The addition of the bacon contrasts really nicely with a sweet barbecue sauce and like the richness of the brisket.
I don't like smoked foods in large quantities. In this one bite, you get smoky, you get sweet. It's truly a very well-rounded bite.
And I'm trying to think like what makes a perfect bite. I feel like you need to hit every single flavor category together perfectly.
Flavors, its textures, it's a whole combination. I mean, I could have honestly gone higher, but I know there's gonna be some really great bites coming up. This feels fair. This next bite takes us to Japan with the highest quality beef in the world. You already know wagyu katsu had to be on this list, and it all starts with olive-fed wagyu A5. There's nothing more exclusive when it comes to beef. So usually we'd square this up before the frying process, but because this steak is just so beautiful, we're gonna leave it whole and see what happens. A little bit of salt and pepper. Then it's into the flour, coating all sides, the egg wash, then finally some premium breadcrumbs, and into the oil to get crispy. While that fries, we'll need this very specific type of bread. This is Japanese milk bread. A very unique cooking process allows it to retain moisture, resulting in a signature, exceptionally soft, fluffy, and springy texture. This toasted slice looks perfect, at which point the color on our beef is exactly where we want it to be. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Bread down, followed by some katsu sauce, our golden wagyu A5 ribeye, topping it off with more of that bread. And this is as decadent as a bite of food can get. Insanely rich wagyu A5, deep fried and covered in sauce. I feel like this will have to either be the winner or just be way too much.
That one's good, but I have a hot take.
I need a fan. I need a fan. Fan for the hot take.
Everybody
Fan.
rely on it.
It's better with a nice pork chop than Wagyu beef.
How is it better?
It's more of a cohesive bite with pork than with beef.
You know something? For the first time probably ever, I agree with Kyle's hot take.
Yeah!
The thing is, Wagyu's already so fatty, it doesn't need to be deep fried. However, a pork chop is quite lean, so deep frying it, getting that golden brown, rich crust really elevates it. Is it still great? Absolutely.
My favorite part of this is the bread.
It's good bread.
Yes.
It's really insanely good bread.
I thought this one would be like the top. Deep frying Wagyu is just never the move.
Oh, nice score.
This is a meat channel. We just ranked Wagyu A5 as 4.5s.
It's fried and it's between bread.
For our next bite, we're starting with the world's most premium chicken. The wildly expensive chicken I'm using is called Pennsylvanian Gold Chicken with far superior texture and flavor. It's time for the one and only Caviar fried chicken. This bite originated in New York City by chef David Chang and has since taken over the world by storm. Giving it a buttermilk brine for a few hours for ultimate juiciness, into the flour, pressing that in. Time to fry until golden brown perfection. And that right there is the color we're looking for. Fried chicken really doesn't get better than that. A nice dollop of creme fraiche, a bit of green onion, and finally an absolute stomper of a spoonful of Osetra caviar. Perhaps the world's most unique surf and turf. Let's see how it tastes.
Oh, ew.
What?
All the other food I think we're gonna eat is great. I'm just being honest, that was just not good. Fishy chicken, like come on.
That was like $100 bite that you just disrespected.
This level of caviar, it's very clean. I love it by itself, and then with that crispiness of the chicken, I don't know, it takes it over the top. This might just be the best bite I've had in like my 28 years of life.
I don't know if it's quite so high for me. It's definitely not as low as Kyle's gonna rank this.
I gave it my best shot.
Wow.
This is a big variance. I would bet that more than 50% of people say this is not good.
We've made it to Italy with the world's most iconic pasta and a jumbo wheel of cheese. First thing we need to do is hollow out our cheese bowl. I am using an oyster shucker here, may or may not be the right tool for the job. It's what we got and we're making it happen. This is some of the freshest and highest quality cheese this side of the Mississippi, so I wanna make sure we don't waste any of it. This is one of those techniques they don't teach you at school in America. Think about how useful this information would be to the average kid in America. I've got to go for a taste. There's nothing like it. It has those little like salt crystals in there. Insane. From here, just using a spoon, do some final carving, creating that nice bowl shape for this dish. That should be perfect. We'll get our pan hot and in with the guanciale. In the meantime, 2 eggs plus 2 egg yolks. Getting it whisked up with a whole bunch of freshly shaved parm and some black pepper. To the crispy guanciale in with the garlic. The smell is insane at this point. Now we go in with our pasta. Tossing that all together, finally incorporating that Parmesan egg mixture with some pasta water to get it saucy. Plating in our completely overkill of a Parmesan wheel bowl, finishing with some freshly grated over the top. It is finally time to taste. We've made it to Italy.
That is beautiful.
Buon appetito, bitch.
Oh my God.
Damn, that's good.
I don't know much about pasta, but I do know that that is fantastic. I mean, it's creamy. It has this almost funky depth to it from the cheese.
It's actually pretty simple. It's not that many ingredients, right?
And honestly, the flavor of the guanciale really comes through. It coats your mouth when you're eating it. That is an insane bite.
The guanciale is definitely the best part for me. At the end of the day, I am the meat guy. There's not enough meat on it for me. Am I just an idiot right now?
Sorry, no. Just pull.
Whoa, Max, that's disrespectful.
In the world of best bites, it's a 3.5. In general, this is like a 9.5 out of 10, but if we're comparing it to the best of the best, it needs more meat. Before we move on to our next bite, I have a confession to make. I eat way too much steak. And if I'm honest, I don't always leave room for fruits and vegetables, so to balance things out, I take the sponsor of today's video, AG1, every day. As I explain the benefits, I'm gonna try something crazy. Yes, I'm seasoning this steak with AG1. I mean, check out that color. Let's see if this works. AG1 is a daily health drink that replaces your multivitamin, probiotics, and greens all in one scoop. Just one scoop with 8 to 12 ounces of cold water every morning. That's it. It's got over 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food ingredients, clinically shown to support gut health, energy, and immune function. Let's check on that steak. I've been using it for months, and it keeps me feeling balanced with the peace of mind that I'm fueling my body correctly, even when my diet is mostly meat. That's actually not bad. Head to my link or scan this QR code to get a free welcome kit, including a bottle of vitamin D and free AG1 travel packs when you first subscribe. Next up, we're heading to Korea with what is personally my favorite bite of food in the entire world. Specifically, the bite is called ssam, and it all starts with these short ribs. They're flank and cut perpendicular, leaving us with 3 bones per slice, and we're turning them into a dish called kalbi. And this right here is the marinade of all marinades. Packed with garlicky Asian flavors, but the key ingredient is Asian pear that contains a special enzyme that'll turn this otherwise tough cut of meat into extremely tender Korean barbecue heaven. Korean barbecue can involve many different types of meat, but in my opinion, these short ribs are by far the best. They're almost impossible to overcook since they're so rich, but due to the tenderizing marinade, they remain tender even at medium rare. This sound is how you know you're doing it right. Charred but not burnt, this is the color we're looking for. Using scissors to slice up these perfect pieces. Let's assemble our ssam. Starting with a Korean perilla leaf, some spicy ssamjang, rice, a tiny sliver of garlic, our short rib, and topping it off with a bit of kimchi. There's nothing like those layers of flavor.
It's a good bite.
I think it's the best bite.
My only issue, yes, that meat is super marbled, so you get that creaminess, but it's not like creaminess.
It's not meant to be though.
But aside from that, 10 out of 10.
It's everything I could possibly want in a bite and more. You get the textures, you get the freshness, the spicy, sweet, salty, umami. What more could you ask for in a bite of food?
This has spice. It has acidity. Those are flavors that I really like. This is gonna be hard to top.
It's the best bite of food in the world. Okay, I'm at least happy you're in the 9s.
I'm in the 9s.
Good, good. Good, okay. Next up, we're heading to China with Peking duck. Choosing the best bite to come out of China was tricky because it's one of my all-time favorite cuisines, but I think it's safe to say Peking duck is at the top of the list. Just an extremely labor-intensive process to get our duck looking like this. Now I'm gonna try to break this down like they do at the restaurants. I believe what you do is you kind of take these thin slices off the breast, kind of cutting towards yourself. Just like this, allowing you to get that crispy skin evenly distributed over many slices. For me, Peking duck skin is by far the best part. To assemble the bite, we'll need some freshly steamed wraps. Hoisin sauce is critical, followed by both the breast as well as some dark meat with plenty of crispy skin, finishing with some fresh cucumber and green onion. Wrapped up in a perfect package, there really is nothing like it. Peking duck, an all-time classic.
Isn't this one that you had with Mark?
I am not a lizard.
Oh yeah, my friend Mark. I looked over Ryan's shoulder and immediately recognized Mark Zuckerberg. It's simplicity at its finest. The duck, the crispy skin, even like the cucumbers, the scallions, and the hoisin sauce, like that combination, it appears simple, but there's something about it that just tickles the taste buds.
I could eat this every day, all day. It's so good. Texture's on point, flavor's on point.
I know Peking duck isn't my favorite Chinese food, but in one bite, it's like incredible.
Jinx, you owe me a soda.
And the thing is, if it was a whole meal, I would have ranked it lower than if it was one bite, because the one bite of it is incredible.
I'm worried that we just ranked this way too high. Well, what's done is done. let's move on. Next up, we're heading all the way to Dubai, and what we're starting with are the world's most premium pistachios. This bite has completely taken over the internet. It's time for the one and only Dubai chocolate. These are the world's highest quality pistachios, and after poaching, I'm more easily able to remove the skin, though I have to say it is still a lot of work. To be honest, this has taken way longer than I'd care to admit, but either way, we're left with some beautiful, almost fluorescent green shelled pistachios. Now we'll blend them up, adding in some white chocolate, leaving us with the most amazing silky pistachio paste. We're letting the intrusive thoughts win today. That is ridiculous. Oh my God. This is a component of our filling that will go along with this stuff right here, which is called kataifi pastry. I've always been so interested about what this stuff actually is. I guess it's like dough, but it has this crazy, stringy, just bizarre texture. This is insane. I can only imagine how they make this stuff. It's almost like dried noodles. Wow, it gets way bigger as you open it. Look how much mass this is taking up now. We'll melt down some butter, nice shot. Add in the kataifi pastry dough, and basically just stir fry. Now in the meantime, we'll combine some of that pistachio cream with just a little bit of tahini, and we'll mix it up. Now we'll just combine with the dough and just mixing it all together until we're left with this goopy, chocolatey, but still crunchy pistachio filling into the chocolate mold like so, forming a nice layer. Now this is a meat channel, so of course we gotta add a little twist. And you already know it's candied bacon. It can elevate savory food as well as sweet food. And I just can't imagine it'll make this taste worse. And we'll just get that bacon right over the top. Just a little final pop of texture and flavor. Finishing with some chocolate over the top before freezing. And just like that, these chocolates should finally be done. Try to open this up. Coming out a lot easier than I was expecting. Whoa. I have to say, for our first time, this does look pretty good. And time for the moment of truth. That sticky pistachio cross-section, topping with a touch of gold over the top, time to eat. I've seen so much about these online.
I've been dying to try these. I've never had one.
I've never tried it either.
Oh my God, it's worth it.
I don't like it.
Really? Is it that you don't like it or you just don't love it?
I don't really get any pistachio flavor. It reminds me of a Crunch bar, but honestly not as good as one.
I love the subtle pistachio flavor. I'm a big pistachio fan. However, it is chocolate. It's not like a nice savory dinner bite.
I'm kind of with Kyle on this one. Like within chocolate, this is very good, but chocolate as a whole just doesn't come close to best bite territory for me. It's gotta be savory. It's gotta have some meat. Shockingly low scores. In the grand scheme of best bites, clearly this does not stack up. Next up, we're heading all the way to France and starting out with one of the world's most premium ingredients. This is foie gras, aka duck liver. It's one of the world's most expensive ingredients due to the labor-intensive and highly specialized production process, but truly iconic in the world of French cooking. Seasoning simply with salt and black pepper. The key is super high heat to quickly get a sear. If you leave these on the pan too long, they'll completely render out as they're pretty much made of all fat. To assemble, it's baguette toasted in foie gras fat, a nice spread of fig jam, flaky salt, that seared foie gras, and finally some Australian black winter truffle, going for an eye-watering $1,030 per pound. Hitting it with a nice heap for a final layer of flavor, and that right there must be one of the best bites to come out of the culinary-rich world of French cooking. Little jam, foie gras, truffles, gold to top it all off.
I love the textures, like even the jam, you feel the seeds, and then you get that with the foie gras, that creaminess. I will say, the gold doesn't do anything. It doesn't taste like anything.
What's exciting about the gold is that tomorrow you might be able to see it again.
Oh, is that how it works? I will say I'm not the biggest foie gras fan in general. I think that's a great bite, but not for me really.
Very rich, very creamy. What I also really like is you can actually taste the truffle, and it definitely elevated the dish.
I wouldn't specifically request this bite if I was at a restaurant.
Jeez, Kyle. That was like some of the most premium ingredients in the entire world.
Hell yeah, and it's a 2.9 from where I come from.
This next one's a fun one. We're heading all the way to Spain. It's time for jamón con melon. a true national treasure of Spanish cuisine. This pig's diet consisted of acorns, providing an ultra clean and nutty flavor, and it's been aged for over 3 years. I'm certainly not an expert when it comes to breaking down a whole jamón leg, but after removing this first layer of fat, we've reached this beautiful, rich colored meat. Now I'm just doing my best to take some slices. Apparently it is supposed to be razor thin, almost like translucent. That looks pretty good to me. And for the second half of this bite, we'll need melon, and this right here is literally the world's best. Known as the Japanese king of fruits, this is the highest quality muskmelon harvested and shipped from Japan. I mean, just one of these melons is nearly $200. These melons have a meticulously monitored growing process, leading to a honey-like and sugary flesh. Needless to say, deserving of a spot on this list of the best bites of food. Just our 2 exceptionally premium ingredients on this Spanish tapa recipe with just a drop of olive oil. Let's see if simplicity will reign supreme. 2 exquisite ingredients from very different parts of the world.
It does work really well together.
Really well.
I don't love it.
It's kind of weird though.
Really? Seriously?
It's juicy, and then the texture of the Iberico is so firm.
I actually really liked the first bite that hit my mouth. I ate the melon way faster than the meat, and so then the meat was just kind of wet, like in my mouth.
I feel like I'm surrounded by idiots.
Dude, now you know how I feel all the time.
If you appreciate salty and sweet, then this is banging. Sophia's just shaking her head.
Nah, 6 is too high.
That's insane.
This next bite takes us all the way to Japan, where we attempt to make literally the greatest piece of sushi of all time. So of course we'll need some tuna, but trust me when I tell you, this is not your average tuna. This slab of bluefin tuna was hand selected by Tsukiji Market's most famous tuna monger named Yukitaka Yamaguchi, or better known as the Tuna King. It consists of the bloodline, that leaner akami, the medium fatty tuna right here, and lastly, the most premium and fatty, the Otoro. Now, in order to achieve the perfect bite, we of course need to slice into the best part of this tuna. We're of course using the Otoro. It has similar fat content as wagyu A5 beef, but is actually a lot more expensive. Taking some nice thin slices against the grain like so. Next up, we'll of course need some fresh wasabi root. When it comes to super high quality sushi like today's best bite, using the fresh stuff is critical. Fresh wasabi is difficult to source, but the flavor is night and day compared to what you'll typically find in a tube. And let's assemble our perfect bite. Just a touch of wasabi, forming the rice into our nigiri. Kissing with some hot bichotan charcoal for a touch of smokiness. Next, just topping with some creamy uni, aka fresh sea urchin. And of course, we'll need some caviar. This is Osetra caviar, truly the best of the best. This is a video on the world's best bites, so it's only fitting that we go all out. I'm certainly no sushi master, but I'm lucky enough to have some pretty epic ingredients today that I'm hoping will make up for my lack of experience. That is a crazy one-biter. You guys were talking about how you needed more richness. That was rich.
I will say it's creamy, it's umami, it's even a little sweet from that toro fat, but truthfully, I want them by themselves.
But if I think about the best possible bite, I think combining them does that for one biter. If you like sushi, it's just top tier.
I thought it was pretty good, you know? For like a $200 piece of sushi, it was pretty good. I love sushi, I love sashimi, I love raw fish, and actually together as one bite, those were really good.
I just like them separate.
What it all means is that the best bite of food in the entire world, and I'm very happy about this, is the perfect bite of Korean barbecue. You heard it here first.
They earned it.
Thank you so much for watching. Let us know down below, what country do you think has the perfect bite? We really appreciate your support. It's the reason we're able to do videos just like this, and we'll see you next time.